If we learned one thing from the original Joe Danger, it's this. Whether you're performing stunts or making a great video game, you've got to have one thing: a motorcycle. Or a snowmobile, or a minecart, or a unicycle. Alright, Joe Danger 2, you've made your point. The motorcycle wasn't what made Joe Danger so much fun, and it's not what makes a great stuntman either. What does make a great stuntman and a great video game is confidence. That's also the key to making it in Hollywood, which is exactly where the world's best stuntman, Joe Danger, has found himself. This is an inspired direction to move the series, allowing it to stay in tone with the idea of legendary stuntmen while including more escapism and variety. Just like the original, Joe travels left to right as fast as he can, ducking, dodging, and switching lanes towards his goal. Taking inspiration from the likes of James Bond and Indiana Jones, each scene in Joe Danger the movie is an explosive action set piece. Joe now takes on his objectives in all sorts of vehicles. One minute you'll be escaping boulders in a runaway minecart, then you'll be stopping a deadly missile launch on a snowmobile, and then you'll be chasing down crooks on your police bike. It's always fun to see what's coming up next, and while it lasts, these changes give Joe Danger the energy it needs to excite all over again.
Up! Down! Up! Forward! Down!
These scenes are designed in a similar way to the levels in Angry Birds, where you're not expected to complete every goal in just one run. Replayability is king, and Joe's new stages are suitably packed with hidden secrets and alternate routes. Although most of the missions are standard collectathons, there are some fun movie-based missions where you'll dodge helicopter fire, take down bad guys, and destroy dinosaur eggs. The best levels are actually the deleted scenes, which offer greater challenge and include the game's most interesting vehicles and ideas. Best of all, the Unicycle, that you'll need to balance as well as boost and jump. These sections are a surprising difficulty spike, but it works in the game's favour. Joe Danger 2 is a very old school affair where you won't be pandered to with a tutorial. Instead, you're given hints and expected to experiment and learn for yourself. These more frantic levels are closer to a rhythm action platformer than anything else, demanding either insanely fast reflexes or rigid memorization. Like old school platformers, when you get these right, they're thrilling. When you don't, these stages can be a bit of a drag. The biggest issue with the levels isn't variety but coherence. You'll move from mines to jungles to mountains at random, despite the clear breakdown of the world selection screen. The stunts you're performing never feel like they're building into something bigger or that you're making a movie at all, despite the vocal director and cameras present in the levels. This untapped potential extends across the game and holds it back from being a genuine classic. But what's included is all great, and the game is still jam-packed with content, including a robust level editor and lots of fun unlockable characters. The level editor is a great improvement over the last game, and the physics-based gameplay leaves plenty of room for creativity and imagination. This same level of improvement hasn't quite extended to the multiplayer though, which although is now expanded from 2 to 4 players, there's still no online option and only 5 levels to enjoy. Considering the energy and comedy that could have been tapped into through players competing or working together, this is definitely disappointing. There's no doubt that Joe Danger 2 the movie is extremely confident and has every right to be. This is a very entertaining sequel that takes the gameplay and ideas of the original and makes them even bigger and even more imaginative. It doesn't quite deliver on all the great ideas it introduces, which is disappointing because there's so much potential here. Instead, this is just a simple, good time and fun bit of bombastic escapism, just like the movies themselves.